We don't have them anymore because we have Spotify now, so you don't need these. But you remember like the, what are they called? The greatest hit CD sets? It's like 5,000 songs on 10,000 CDs. And you can have it for 10 payments of $599.99. Right? It's, those are my favorite commercials growing up as a kid, because it was just like, you'd get like the mixtape just for 1 minute there as you were watching TV. Now we just have Spotify, so we don't have to worry about that. But as my time here winds down, one of the things that you easily do is you get a little nostalgic, classic, because you're old like me, very old. But you start to look back on your greatest hits. Like, what were the greatest hits in life, the greatest hits of my 4 years here? It's what we do all the time. Like, even the Gospels, this is how the Gospels work. The Gospels are really just like Jesus' greatest hits. We're told in John's Gospel even. John's Gospel, there's a little part at the end. It says, if we tried to write down everything Jesus did, all the books in the world could not contain it. So we're even told, this is like the stuff everyone remembers. So I figured in my last 4-ish, 5-ish weeks here, I just kind of go back over my greatest hits. One, because I'm lazy, and like I don't want to come up with new ideas. And I'm also in this weird time of life where I'm like the lame duck. You ever heard of like the lame duck president? I'm like the lame duck priest right now. It's just like there's nothing I can do. But two, and a little bit more importantly, these are the things that I would most want to impress upon you, that I would hope after my time here, these are the things that you would remember. You remember some of my greatest hits, I'm sure. One of my first ones, this was a while back, and some of you weren't there, but this is when people found out I was crazy. I gave the homily, and I talked about the Jesus sucks girl. You ever heard of that one? People were scandalized because I said suck in a homily. But there was this gal, right, she's from suburban Wichita, grew up with everything you could ever want ever in life, a house, a beautiful car, Wi-Fi, her phone, her dog, everything that a teenage girl needs to thrive, apparently. All those things, had it all. But then her mom sent her to Jesus camp, just down the street at Camp Wajeto, Camp Totus Tuas. And during that week, she had everything taken from her. So she was like, this is going to be the worst week of my entire life. I was the chaplain that week, and she comes up to me after our evening of adoration, after an evening of confession. She comes up to me just bawling, and I'm like, Lucy, what's wrong? And she goes, Jesus sucks. And I go, why? Honey, why? And she tells me, I don't get it. I don't get it. I'm happy. And I was like, you're going to have to say a lot more. She goes, I don't understand. I'm so happy, and I don't understand. This is the happiest I've ever been in my entire life. And I don't understand why. What Lucy had discovered is that she had sought her happiness in all the things that everyone tells her to be happy with. Her house, her dog, her phone, her friends. Beautiful things. But she discovered that even though she had all those things, she still wasn't that happy. And yet she goes to Jesus camp. Everything is taken away. Food's nasty. Bed's uncomfortable. Shower's cold. No Wi-Fi. No phone. No dog. And yet there, she discovers a happiness that she's never experienced in her entire life. And so she starts blaming Jesus for this or something. I'm like, well, you're kind of right, but Jesus, he doesn't suck. He's kind of great. That's kind of what we're looking for here. Right? She discovered that. Many other stories. I've told you about the guy on my flight to Chicago. Here he has everything that he's ever wanted his entire life. It's a great hit of mine. But he discovers, balls his eyes out to me for 2 hours on a flight. That stuff doesn't make me happy. I've told you my own experiences. Winning championships in seminary leagues, very prestigious, But you win these things, you achieve these things, get the grades, get whatever, and it's like, okay, great, now what? So what I'm getting at, greatest hit number one of the most important things that hopefully I've ever impressed upon you, is this simple experience. It's this simple experience of we get everything we've ever wanted in life. We reach our goals, whatever it is, and we're just going to assume they're all good things and not sins. We're just going to assume we get all the good things we've ever wanted in life. And then yet we're still not fulfilled. We're still not happy. There's still, we have that, at least a simple feeling of, okay, but yeah, there's got to be something else. It's a very common experience. This greatest hit, I've actually just plagiarized from St. Augustine. It's the famous line from St. Augustine that I've quoted many, many times. You've made us for yourself, O Lord, and our hearts are restless until they rest in you. You've made us for yourself, O Lord, and our hearts are restless until they rest in you. Hey, this line strikes me, and I have 3 homilies that I give. This is one of them. It's the homily of, we go and search for all this happiness and goodness in life. And again, we're just going to assume you do it all through good means, good things. And yet we're always left empty if it's not the Lord that we're seeking. Always. Always, always, always. That's then, it's again, this is the experience that Lucy had. But what's the proposal that was given to little Lucy there that day? You have everything you've ever wanted, great. But here's the one thing you're missing. The Lord was proposed to her. Christ was proposed to her. And for the first time in her life, she discovered, oh, this is what actually makes me happy. This is what I've been looking for. The peace that I've been looking for. The something that I've been looking for. She tasted it. Okay, that's the proposal that's given to us, is that Jesus Christ, and we all know this. We've tried this in our lives. Us that are old, we've tried it more than others. We've looked for that happiness in our job. We've looked for that happiness in a great vacation, in playing sport, all the good things that we do in life, good things. And that we're always left with that feeling. And we've started to discover, though, hopefully, we've started to discover that it's the Lord. It's the Lord that responds to that. So, today then, the one beautiful insight that's given to us on Pentecost. So Pentecost is more than just the day where magic fire came down on the apostles, right? It's more than that. It's more than that. Here the church is born. And as Pope Paul VI would point out to us, the church exists in order to evangelize. That's why we exist. In other words, the Spirit is given to us for a lot of reasons, but one of the primary ones is so that we can carry on this mission that Jesus has entrusted to us. And the simple mission is this. And it's not we have to go convince everybody or something. The simple mission is we just have to announce that we found the thing. We found who it is that our restless heart is looking for. That's all we have to do. I'll give you one example. This is the example of St. Peter, so it's a good one. St. Peter, again, he was just minding his own business. But he's a human being, so he has that experience that we all have. We all have that experience. I'm looking for something. Peter has that experience, but one day, his younger brother, his punk younger brother, Andrew, shows up and says, we found him. We found the Messiah. And Peter, like a good older brother, goes, I doubt it. Just totally downplays what his younger brother is saying. But then Andrew says the most convincing line, and really the only thing that we can say too. Andrew says, come and see. That's all he says, just come and see. And Peter goes, and he hangs out with Jesus for the afternoon, and something clicks. A couple months, weeks later, we hear that Jesus shows up unexpectedly to hang out with Peter and Andrew again while they're working. Always when we want Jesus to show up. It's like, I'm busy, Jesus. But Jesus shows up while they're busy, and Jesus says very famously, come and follow me, and I'll make you fishers of men. Again, barely know the guy, but what does Peter do? He's like, but there's something here. So he drops his nets, and he goes off and follows Jesus. Does he know all the answers at that point? No. Is he super convinced? Nope. We're told that little by little, he continues to believe. He believes just a little bit more. But then there's a very decisive moment. All right, this is one of Jesus' greatest hits. You ever heard of the feeding of the 5,000? It's a great hit of Jesus. Here's Jesus' great hit, feeding 5,000. But right after that, Jesus starts saying some pretty crazy things. Things like, you have to eat my flesh and drink my blood. And people go, that's pretty weird, and they leave. They ditch him. And Jesus is just left there, we're told, with Peter and the other 11 disciples. And Jesus turns to them and he says, are you going to leave me too? And this is Peter's moment. Peter pipes up and he goes, yeah, Jesus, we don't get what you're saying either. And that was pretty weird. But then he says what? But only you have the words of eternal life. In other words, we don't get it, but there's something that you're saying that resonates, that clicks with us. Only you have the words of eternal life. To whom else would we go? Where else am I going to go? Back to work? Like, that's not doing it for me. Where else would I go? You have the words of eternal life. Peter has that beautiful insight that what he's been looking for, it's just right there in front of him. And he won't leave it. Now, does Peter then go on to mess up a couple times? A few times. Yep, big time. Denies Jesus, classic. After Jesus even rises from the dead, Peter goes back to fishing, and Jesus has to be like, Peter, you're going to ditch the fish? Come on, man. We've been over this one. So Peter still continues to mess up. He's not perfect. But that's also helpful for us to see that even though we all hopefully have that insight, that at least initial insight like Peter, there's something here. There's something here with this Jesus guy. Where else will we go? Even though it's still difficult, I got to stick with him. I got to continue to follow him. It's always what Jesus does. Come and follow me. So here as I wind down my time here, one of the things that I would hope is that if Bishop Kemi, pick anybody though, like Bishop, or if somebody showed up and gave you the Catholic quiz, I'm not hoping that you guys can ace it. Like, all the facts of the Catholic faith are on Google. Just Google it. It's all right there. You can know anything you want to know. It's all right there. My hope isn't that you would ace a test about our Catholic teachings and faith, although that can be nice. My hope is that you would say, maybe even like Peter, I don't even know that answer. I don't even understand all the time. But I do know one thing, and I know that what I'm looking for is here. The thing that my restless heart is searching for is here. It's Christ himself. Where else would I go? Like, I tried work. I tried softball. I tried vacations. I tried all these things. Didn't work. Where else am I going to go? That would be my hope, is that we've started to make that decision to say, I have to continue to follow him. I have to. Again, simple thing, then go right back to what the mission is. Pentecost. It's Pentecost today. What do we hear? We're told that Peter, his whole journey began just because somebody invited him. His punk younger brother, Andrew. Andrew said, just come and see. Our mission of evangelization is not, I have to go learn everything so I can go argue with people and convince them. Our simple work of evangelization is to invite people to say, hey, I've tried it all too, just like you. But I've found this thing, this something, this thing that I'm looking for that responds to the restlessness of my heart. Doesn't mean my life's always easier. I still go through a lot of stuff. This isn't the prosperity gospel here. And yet here, with Christ himself, is where I find peace. Here is where the rest that my restless heart is searching for finds what it's looking for. That's what we come. So greatest hit, it's just that simple line I plagiarized from Augustine. You've made us for yourself, O Lord, and our hearts are restless until they rest in you. Our mission is then simply to invite others to experience this as well. Just to say, come and see where I've found the rest that I've been looking for.